Hey, what is going on, my Atlanta Falcon fans? Y'all know who it is. Your boy Antoine Smith. Stopping in right quick to give my quick reaction to Skip Bayless and his thoughts on the Falcons hiring Kevin Stefanski. Now he lost his mind when he made this, and I'm not mad because everybody entitled to their opinion. Let's keep it real. But we always know Skip Bayless as being one of those guys that can overreact sometimes. So let's get into this clip right quick. Not gonna hold y'all. And
for hiring Stefanski?
I'll give it a D, as in dumb, as in dud, as in don't get it, as in what did you guys just say?
Don't
about
pass.
D's?
Don't
pass. And I'm probably being gracious to this guy because I don't like him. I don't like the way he comes across. I don't like the way he treated Baker. I don't like the way he handled Shadur. I think he's smug. I think he's arrogant. I think he thinks he's always the smartest guy in the building and in the locker room, and he wants.
Now, before I go on, that's the thing that keeps bothering me about they talking about the quarterback decisions he made in Cleveland, and I get it, and you have a right to be mad because it's your opinion. But let's keep it funky. Let's keep it 100. When he had Baker Mayfield, as I told you on the previous video, put up career numbers to that point in his third year in Cleveland. And I think Baker was a good fit, and he fit well with Stefanski. But again, I think the front office had more to do with Baker Mayfield, and even Baker Mayfield came out and said it was Stefanski, but I still don't believe that because it's up to the front office to go out and get a $230 million quarterback, not the head coach. But that's just my thought. And then it should do a Sanders thing. He didn't want to. Well, the NFL, as we've been hearing, they colluded against Shadur Sanders, which is why he went in the 5th round, which we all knew he was the best quarterback in that draft. So when you look at that point alone, I think it's ownership more than the head coach. And he may be a little arrogant, and Skip knows him better than we do. Skip is an older guy. He's seen more things than I have. And to a certain point, I agree with him, but I'm just not going to say the quarterback situation was all his fault in Cleveland, no matter if it was Baker, no matter if it was Shadur. I think it had more to do with him, the coaching staff, and the front office. So it's collective as a whole. But at the end of the day, the head coach is going to get the blame. Let's keep it going.
The credit more than the quarterback should get the credit. And his strongest attribute is, for a fact, he speaks fluent owner. He's very good talking to owners. He was great with Ziggy Wilf when he was the assistant head coach in Minnesota, and very good with Jimmy Haslam, talking ball with them, making them feel like an insider, that they're inside all the biggest decisions made by the organization. And in the end, he's not the right fit or the right flavor for this town and this team. That's the problem. And
I'm so tired of this damn culture thing, man. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I do. We have a majority or, high volume minority base in Atlanta as fans. I get that. But let's change this culture thing to let's just win. Because winning at the end of the day, Q is all. It don't matter what color you are. What the culture in Atlanta just should be winning football. It just should be. I love Michael Vick. I love Deion Sanders. I love Matt Ryan. But let's just win ball games. Let's just create a winning culture. That should be the culture, winning culture at the end of the day. But I keep, he talked about the culture and the situation. But I talked about Kevin Stefanski and, people, knocking him down about, with the quarterback situation. But take a look at this. Now, when you look at this, and shout out to my boy Miles Garrett, big supporter of the show. And if y'all remember, they had an interview on 929 The Game. I cannot pronounce her name, Akeem Balawala. Aditi, as I know is her first name, but she's a reporter for CBS, and she talked about Kevin Stefanski, and what they went through in Cleveland. It was the key takeaways out of that interview. And this made me look at this situation even more in a different perspective as to what the media is trying to paint as a narrative. It said the key takeaways from this was extensive one-on-one time with rookie quarterback each week, including Shedeur Sanders before he was even starting. And let's stop right there. When we talk about how he was treated in Cleveland, we were not in those meeting rooms. We were not in those film sessions. And to know that this type stuff happened, to give an insight, this should let Atlanta Falcons know we just got to wait and see what happens and how it goes. But it also says personal meetings with the starting quarterback to generate an offense tailored suited toward their accountability. And this is what the Atlanta Falcons coaching staff failed to do with Michael Penix his first 2 years in Atlanta. Zach Robinson, as we've seen up in the booth, not on the field, not interacting face-to-face with the quarterback. We saw DJ Williams doing more of that, TJ Yates. But at the end of the day, the offensive coordinator or the play caller, signal caller should be with the quarterback every single down to let him know what he's doing wrong on the field, because he's watching it on the field. So he goes down to the booth, to the field from the booth, and nothing changes with the development and the progress of Michael Penix. Yeah, he worked on some things. We saw him put touch passes. We saw him do other things, and saw his growth just a little bit. But the simple things that just still weren't registering. Learning to read defenses properly, getting outside of the pocket, intentional grounding, the simple things. So if you're a hands-on coach, these are type things you help quarterbacks fix. But finishes off, say he wanted Baker, not his call to trade him. And I said that, man. The front office invested 3 first-round picks, $230 million guaranteed to a quarterback, and got nothing to show for it. And right now, if they cut Deshaun Watson right now, that is $131 million in dead cap space they have to eat up, which is why he's going to still be in Cleveland in 2026. But look, I'm telling y'all just got to be patient and see how it plays out. But let's get back to this Skip Bayless rant right quick.
I think it'll work great if they want to break Kirk Cousins back. He's still under contract to him. He'll click with Kirk, but that's all. You know Kirk very well.
I do.
Stefanski's a great fit for Kirk.
When it just comes to prejudging people, man. Yeah, you look at the situation in Cleveland. His record he had a losing record, but with a bad Browns team in your first season, you go 11-5 with a third-year quarterback, which would be the situation if Penix was coming back. But when you look at the front office as a whole in Cleveland, this is the majority of the reason why they were bad. Look at the coach that they put in place before Stefanski got there. They just could not do anything. Look how long they was it Hugh Jackson, I think. Hugh Jackson was there early 2010s, and he stayed there way too long. And when the Cleveland Browns switched ownership under the current regime they have right now, yeah, they won a little bit more games, but they're still making bonehead moves. And then the bad part about it, Andrew Berry put this team together, but he still has a job. Why didn't you fire the GM if you're just going to fire Stefanski? Blow it all up. And they're going to keep losing in Cleveland. So this lets me know that we have to wait and see about what happens, because the media paints a bad picture. And they're going to use the record, but they're not going to tell you 2-time coach of the year. And you got to think, he went through 13 coaches, and that's a lot of coaches. 13 coaches in 6 years. And they just kept flipping and flopping with what they had in Cleveland with the coaches. But when you look at the way Atlanta is built, and they'll give him input as to what he wants, they're giving him more talent, through draft and free agency. They're going to give him more talent that they already have, which is a win now roster with Bijan, Drake. If Kyle Pitts franchise tag or come back or signs, you have Darnell Mooney, then you can go out and draft a wide receiver. And the Falcons have a better offensive line than the Cleveland Browns. So they have a lot of stuff in place. And if they keep Kirk Cousins and he plays the way he did the last, I think, 3-4 games of the year, we have a 10-11 win season easily, especially with the type defense we had last year with 57 sacks. So this is why we got to get his time, see how it plays out. I think when you get to the trade deadline, you'll know exactly what you have in this team and this coach, because he's given the keys to a better team and better resources, and to me, better ownership. So let's just see what he has and what happens, because at the end of the day, it's about winning football games. I get that. But let me know what y'all think about Skip Bayless. Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we do it on Sports Machine. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.